if I do this and then keep moving around the floor, maybe.
See, another set that looks almost like that is this one. I think it's just a bronze set.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
almost the same idea.
It is almost the same idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had another variation on the DVD look that was almost like that. I can't remember. The same starts the same way, and then underarm. And then they did something, some kind of
Did it travel?
no, it wasn't travel. It was some back and forth. I can't remember. No, I couldn't remember. It's the 17th.
It's not this one that goes. That's pretty much the same. As
Yeah, that was the same one. I
Yeah.
remember the name of the video I sent you, but I can't remember.
Oh, I did not see that.
Did I send a text or email?
Was that when you sent the video?
It was an email.
Oh, you said the name
Well,
of.
we're getting, who's actually wasting too much time doing all this. Carrot Cross. The other one was two-way underarm turn
That's
or,
it.
or turning twinkles. What
Mhm.
what is turning twinkles? That's the one I can't remember. The
That's
two-way underarm turn is the one we just did, but what is the turning twinkles?
Turning Twinkles is, yeah, the forward and back one. Yep.
Oh, that's what we already did all the time. Oh, okay, we already did that, yeah. But that doesn't count, it's back.
Right, right.
Whereas the two underarm is a little bit different.
Mhm.
That's important.
That's why the flip flop is
Yeah, because it's
a good one because it travels.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of
We
something else.
also we went through both silver and bronze DVDs from Dance With
See if there's something you like.
And the stuff that have syncopated traveling.
Yeah.
Just kind of wasn't sure about the syncopation, whether it was something.
Yeah, there's like you could do a promenade. 1, 2, 3, syncopate. 1, 2, 3. Something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think that's one we saw.
Mhm.
That's why I like that one, with the syncopation.
Well, you do syncopations more often anyway now than she does because you do it when to get on the same foot as her. So you're already
Well, what do
doing.
you think? I mean,
Well, let's do it again.
like in terms of the flip flop, looking at the videos, I don't think it looked very good. Though Grace was doing it at all. It's kind of, we don't put our hands on it.
I thought it actually looked.
You know,
It's an impressive step because it has so much travel in it, and it has the
Yeah.
ability to do arms.
that's the other choice. We just stick with it.
If all we do our arms higher.
Yeah, well, my issue is the turning. 1, 2, 3, get the complete pivot.
It's a little harder to turn on this one.
Enough in front of you instead, and get the turn is when I actually do it, I'm inconsistent.
Mhm. And you know what we were working on with Linda's turns, how I had her push off
Yeah.
the second step? So when you come around, it's push off
Yeah.
that step, and that's what helps you keep turning around, rotating around.
Maybe because it's a good step and it's a challenge.
Yeah.
We should just work on it till we get it.
I think, yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I think it's a good step for you because you do have the ability to move, and travel, and that is one that shows off that ability.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's a good thing. We'll,
yeah.
we'll do what we think we know and we can work on whatever. Let's start. Excited that I think it looks like a curve a little bit. I wonder if I can see you in the camera. Yeah, you're right at the edge of the camera. So that's good to know that, it doesn't stay,
Okay. Do you have a wide angle lens on that one?
it's moderately wide. That's,
Ah.
I have a wide angle at home, but then it makes everything look fisheye. and you
Oh,
shoot
it does,
inside, so-
oh, okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. Whoop. Yeah, you know, I think that the flip-flop is probably one of the more impressive things that you do, because
okay.
it does move a lot, it
Yeah.
has,
Right.
you do use arms. You know, the one spot that I think that you could do more with the arms is on the place where you're coming around her. So when you're on this side and it's your turn to flip across, this hand that's connected, the right hand, right now you're just pulling it down. But when I go to take this step, I'm going to send it up, right?
Yeah.
And then when you come around from that side, we're going to send, so we're going to send this arm up. Yeah. And then this one up. So that would be the only thing that I think that we could do to make that. But the other places you're using the arms and
Well,
that.
you can see we look a little awkward. Sometimes we don't turn the right amount. Sometimes she stumbles a little bit, you know.
And it's a little harder on this one.
Yeah.
You can feel that
So-
squeaky.
And it's when we're doing it, I don't feel, wow, I look so graceful. I don't feel like it's gonna, okay, we're trying to keep this there.
But so when you're on this side and you're coming across this arm, yeah. So before you even, like when you're here, so start bringing it up even before you take this step. Yeah. Do it one more time. Okay, here we go. I'll go ahead and take my step. So if I was on this side, so you can feel how I would do it. So I'm going to bring, go ahead and let Sharon come up.
Oh, I see. You're the elevator.
Yep. So I just kind of did the man's part too.
Yeah, right.
So the man, so I'm doing your part right now. And you see I'm lifting it up through the, so start lifting it. And I think that helps you turn around a little bit more too. Do that one
Yeah,
more time.
because I'm having to go help myself.
I'm telling you, around.
Now I felt you kind of, like if you bring it up, go ahead and, right, do you see how?
Okay, try to connect the hands at the top just about almost.
So you put your arm on the bottom? And when you're doing that, you're actually turning over to this side. and then they open up.
Yeah, so we can maintain contact with the hand and then sort of turn it.
And that really helps them to match.
Yeah, right.
And I feel like it helps to get around
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
rotations, right?
Okay.
Do you want to try it? Looks nice, huh? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1 up, 1 up, 1 up. Yeah. Up, 1 up.
So we kind of went in a spiral.
Smaller circle.
I didn't intend to do that,
But that's okay, because you were working on the arm.
it does help. Okay, let's try one more time.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right. And then if you want to go down the floor more,
Yeah.
you just have to watch that after you do that. So you come up with your arm, and then you have to keep looking to where you want to go
Right.
next, right? Instead of staying focused.
Right.
So that last little piece.
There is something.
Yeah. Now look over here, look over here. That's it. Now you look over here, Linda.
Well, see how
Yeah.
you're in this angle going
Yeah.
here, and then
And so that last step
yeah, you have to
should be more across. So the person that's doing flopping across, doing the flop, I'm going to have to go more that way.
Right.
You're going to have to go more progressive, right? So I'm going to go more to the side. So we go 1, I'm going to go more, and you're going to progress more. So now you have a little bit of edge in front of me, so now it's easier. And now I'm going to progress more, and you're going to go more across. So you go more across, I progress. So now I'm in the front position.
Yeah, right.
Easier for me to get across. So you're going to go more progressive, I'm going to go more across. Right? So we have slightly different jobs. I think once she gets the floor in here, yeah. But the space is quite nice. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Go more across. Yeah. Let me do it with you one time, Linda. So I'll just go ahead and do here. Okay. So I'm a little bit in front of you, right? So your job is going to be to travel more down the floor, and my job is to go across, right? So you're going to travel. Now, so see now how you're slightly ahead of me, although we're a little bit close to this wall. So I'll take it. You travel across. I go across, you go forward. You go across, I go forward. Yeah. And then we add the arm in.
I get a little confused when I'm doing it straight.
Oops.
So we actually go to the feet.
Yeah. Bang. Right.
So let's keep a little distance from the wall. And try to start.
Yeah, so so here's that one other point that I think makes it easier. Is when you started out here, when I do my twinkle or hover in the beginning, 2 always moves between her feet, right? So if I go 1, 2, 3, you feel how I like moved right at you? You still tend to go more rightward, like 1, 2, 3. You see the difference there? Yeah.
Well, actually, when I was doing those, I was crossing the first step instead of doing the twinkle. I think that's a little bit. 1, 2. No.
Do you see where you just took your 2?
Yeah.
It was 1, 2. I take my 2 all the way up here. Yours was way back here,
Okay.
more rightward.
Yeah, right.
And I'm progressing it more
Okay.
to open her up. So 1, 2, 3. Then 1 on these where she just comes across. I'm stepping in between her feet each time, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. You see I'm moving right at you, right?
Okay.
Then when you do the flip-flop, if I go this time right into the flip-flop, I'm going to I need to get out in front of you. So here, I want to be, you see I'm slightly ahead of you? But if I don't go more diagonally forward on that second step and I go like this, you're in front of me. Now it makes it harder for me to get around you. So we set it up already to not make it down the floor. But here, I want to get out in that lead. Squeak.
Okay.
Yeah?
And I gotta make sure I start to keep your feet on the second.
Yeah.
Because I tend to not do that regularly also.
And so right away, the second step that you take,
Real slow here.
1, 2, yes. Now, do you see how you're in the lead now?
Right now.
1, 2, now she goes into the lead. 1, 2, 3.
Right here,
Yeah? So, you know how I was saying, what lesson was that? Is that on 1, you guys tend to move farther away from each other.
Yeah.
So if I go, you did this really good 1, 2, 3, but then your 1 went over this way. My 1, I'm already heading across this way. You see how you're in that front position? Yeah.
Between your feet.
The light's still on yet.
Oh, it's kind of flipped over. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but much better. Do you see how you kind of just stayed right next to the mirror the whole time, coming right down? Yeah. Yeah. I think it is just a way more impressive step because it moves so much.
Yeah. And if we do it right, then it'll be.
Even more impressive. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so then and keeping on time, I think.
Yeah, we were all kind of wild. We woke just a slow uncut, and then went.
Well, in that song,
Yeah.
it slows down. So, but the part where it really slows down is
Yeah.
after a minute and a half. So we're hoping that you're not going to be dancing to it. And then I would say that the progressive twinkles forward and back, when you backed up on, so when you came around and you went backwards on this one, you didn't turn all the way to here to make it easy for her to get to the outside. So you did this one turning, and then you went, instead of turning for her to get to the outside of your foot.
That's
I mean, and you still managed to do it, but 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1. Now you're turning, and now turn the other way. Yeah.
I actually felt that one. I didn't do it like.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Turn it. Ah, there, you didn't turn it on that one. So when you're going backwards, so you turn to go backwards, and you're going to go back with this foot and this way.
Oh, okay.
That's what you're not doing. Right?
Wow.
So the first one, you are in the right position. You're going that way, and then you're not doing that one. You come out. Yeah. And so here is the, so that you can keep this one going down the floor too, so you don't go off. So when I'm doing this from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. When I come around here, you see ideally I'm still moving down the floor with the traffic the whole time, right? Instead of going.
Yeah, I kind of zigzagging.
But you know what happens when you do the first part? If you notice, I'm progressing this more than I'm rotating it. So in other words, this is progressing. Not a lot of turn, right, on this part? Right? Because then the more I turn, if I do that one more turning, the less I progress and the harder it is to turn around to go backwards. So if I go like this,
Yeah, and it's,
Slow.
and now when I go around, I end up going this way,
makes
right?
my feet.
So the best I can do is just barely move to the outside of your foot. So I'm just going to go this much. So my toes are just going to go, so if you turn your toes this way this time, we're just going to go to there, and then when we're this way, turn your toes on the other, we're just to there. Instead of, right? So I start off towards you, just step, and now it's easier for me to get around to keep going this way, right? Because I'm progressing it more than rotating it. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now turn this one. Yes, better.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah. That was much better than, yeah.
I don't think I can quite.
And again, that gives you the ability to show off your ability to move more down the floor. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Nice. Nice. 1, 2, 3, back. Rotate this one. Nice. Yeah. And you just close your feet at the end instead of passing, but that is okay too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because you were kind of in a corner there. Yeah.
Okay, that was helpful.
Yeah.
Those two things, yeah.
We got the routine.
And then your turns I thought were better. Yeah, right? Even especially because it's harder to turn on
Yeah.
this floor, so.
Yeah, even though I did wobble a little. But sometimes when we practice, we'll go the same step over and over and over again, but the third or fourth time I am wobbly.
Yeah, you just start getting dizzy a little bit, yeah.
So I think we're
Okay, put the music on the show. We're kind of-
Yeah, good idea. Yeah, because definitely is harder to go open up and go right away for the man. You know, another one that I was thinking that we did in your routine that might be a good one to include if you wanted to do something else. Not that I think you should replace the flip-flop, but you know this one where you did, right? Where you went under?
That's similar to the other one.
Yeah. I mean, you can do the same step from there.
Right. This is an alternate way of doing the
Getting into it, yeah.
Interesting, we're at the dance Sunday night, and Marsha was watching us dance. She says, "We like that opening." She was impressed. We didn't know she was watching us.
We were on time.
Yay, all right. Right, because she's seen you improve, yeah.
Try one more time. This time I'll
Yeah. But yeah, you still remember the one where you go under? If you want to do that one time too, just to change it up. Whoop, let me give you time. Let's do that one more time. Yeah, you know what, no, you want to start with your right foot. So when you're here, you want to put your weight on your left foot, so now you can step out with your right. Yeah.
So I gotta slide this.
Uh-huh. Yes. Yeah. And let me see if you're in the camera. Yeah, you're not in the camera.
Well, you're going to lose the wall if you
Oh.
come too much this way. That was a careful.
Okay, I got you right in the corner now.
Okay.
On that one. When you come around to go backwards, you're turning to the left to do that, right? So if you're doing these and you're going forward, right? When you come around to go backwards, you're rotating to the left. And that time you just kind of kept rotating to the left instead of then stopping and then rotating to the right. So the second one has to rotate to the right and then you come out.
Okay.
Right?
One more time. Yeah, one more time.
bring the arm up now too. And I think that made it harder for you to get around when you got doing the arm.
Yeah, you're not doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
What else was good about?
Well, do you want to try doing some cha-cha? Or you
Yeah, we should probably.
I think we got enough time for practice.
Yeah, yeah, and the waltz can good, and I think if you do the arm on that one
Yeah.
like we practiced,
Yeah.
I think it looks fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's work on the cha-cha.
Cha-cha?
Oh,
Okay.
I had a question on the beginning. You're still not getting the feet, right?
Oh, yes, you did something
Yeah.
on the beginning. And you got this part of
Get on
it.
the camera. You can get down here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Where my toes pointed this way, but my weight's on my right foot still.
Yeah.
And then when I go,
So let me just stand and do your part. So because I'm turning a little bit towards him, do you see this foot, how instead of here,
it's up here. Okay.
do you see what happens when I turn? It lifts it to the toe. I turn back this way, it goes down to the whole ball of the foot. Turn that way, do you see? Because I want to be more turned towards him. Yeah. But now, but your weight is on this foot. This is like a kickstand on a bike, right? It's just
Okay.
balancing you, but it's not holding your weight. And then, we good in the camera? Yeah. And then when we go here, now you're going to come forward here and forward again. So there's 2 forward steps. So once, if I'm doing your part, once you do this, you go forward with the right, 1, 2, 3, forward with the left. What happened is that you went backwards with the left. Yeah, and you knew something was different, and that's what it was. You went back. So we're here, and you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's forward and forward. Yeah.
Yeah, that was so much easier.
Yeah. And that's what threw you.
Yeah.
You took the correct number of steps, but you just backed up instead of went forward, so you knew something was off. Okay, I have the song on here now, thank you.
Yeah.
That's 2 minutes already.
I finally remember that one.
Yeah.
I said, put my hand on the back, so sort of.
Yeah, and I think, like, if when we do that one, if you rock back to the crossbody lead, when you come across, if I put my hand here, and if you put your hand on mine, and then keep coming through, so it's me touching your shoulder, you touching my shoulder. Me touching your shoulder, you touching my shoulder.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and that kind of just gives the arm something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All am I gonna do is my
Yeah.
arm.
Well, let's practice that.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Now you touch his shoulder. He touches your shoulder. You touch his shoulder. He touches your shoulder. And so when she's touching my shoulder, so if you're touching my shoulder, I'm out like this.
Oh, okay.
And then when I'm touching her shoulder, she's out like that, right? So then it extends the line all the way from her fingertips really to my elbow. And then when we're this way, it's all the way from my fingertips to her. Yeah? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Now extend your arm, Linda. Now you extend yours. Linda extends. Elliot extends. Yeah, that's better. That's better. So somebody's got one arm. If you're not touching the shoulder, that means your arm is out. Yeah. And then the sweetheart, where you bring her in. So from this hold, and you're rocking forward with your left foot as she goes back. 2, 3, and I just stay in one place and then rock forward.
I know on the very first one, she doesn't look at me, she's looking ahead. The second and third time, she looks at me.
Right, and then
You should the first time, right?
yeah, and then the first time though, you rocked back,
Oh, yeah.
like you did this. So if you're here, you went back this way, so it's harder to see, right? So if we can only kind of look at each other if I go forward. So I'm going forward here. I stay in one spot, then I can come in and look at her, and then after this side, then I let her out.
Okay, so I was doing underarm to get out, and second you just turn her.
I just, yeah, you roll her out.
Right, okay.
Just kind of let go of this hand, of the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Rock forward, that's it. Rock forward. Rock. Whoop, that time you went back. Yeah. And that was okay actually because you were coming out.
Yeah.
But if you go back, you can't get that little like peekaboo kind of thing where you're like peeking across at her. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, let's go forward.
2, 3, 4, and 1, 2.
Wait.
That was the other one. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Now go forward again, and forward again. So you have like a bunch of forward ones, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a nice step for you for socially too, right? Yeah. Do you want to try it one more time from the top of the music? Okay.
Is that enough stuff?
I think when you do those, yeah, I'm going to stop it at 1.5 minutes because you went to 2 minutes last time. Okay. What you want to do in what order? Arm out. There you go. Nice. And that's a minute and a half right there.
That's a real wrong step okay too. But,
I did something wrong, I
It's
forgot
better.
what it was.
Yeah, when you were doing your 3 cha-chas or
yeah, we screwed up on this.
Yeah.
We both kind of stumbled at
It was funny because you did rock, step, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha,
I had to get on there.
Yeah.
You were thinking that you wanted to rock forward with your right foot, so you did an extra little thing
Yeah,
to get, but you were actually in the right place, but you
Yeah.
thought you were in the wrong
Yeah, we
place.
both kind of went in, we had our gears grinding together.
Yeah.
Blame it on the heat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The heat and the sticky floor.
You know, the one thing I refresh our mind on is the swing, the one where we go, we couldn't remember how you start out somehow with the right hand.
Where I go back.
Yeah.
Oh, and swing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We can't remember that.
Because it's like the cha-cha, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did it as triple step, triple step. I did an underarm and then travel,
Oh.
travel, travel, rock, step, swivel, swivel. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
So it started from an inside underarm turn, triple step, rock step, triple step, travel, 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 rock, and swivel, swivel. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Quite right though, right? I mean, like my hands will be touching our hip or this.
Yeah. And you could do it with or without touching, but if I was going to touch, it's like we're kind of like hip to hip. Travel.
Or just one way you touch your hip, okay?
And then I had the lady for styling. When I'm this way, kind of like what we were just doing the cha-cha, your arms out. Then when we are turning, so this is our triple step, and then here, you're turning all the way here, yep, with this arm straight up. And I'm putting the arm out. So it goes to here, where you're traveling that way, to here, yeah. Hi.
Okay, let's try one.
Triple step, rock, triple step, travel, travel, travel. Yeah, and you can do as many of those as you want. Like I normally had done 3, so this is 1, 2, 3, rock, step, swivel, swivel. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I think we just came out in a basic. But you can do any odd number.
Right.
We did 3, you can do 5. Triple step. Whoop, so you do it instead of your second triple step.
Yeah, okay.
So you do triple step, right? So you go triple step, rock step, triple step, travel, 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 rock, and swivel, swivel. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks. Triple step, rock, triple travel, travel.
Oh, wait, triple step travel, right?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yep.
Okay, okay, I also want to do
Yep.
another triple step.
Triple step, travel, travel, rock, and swivel, swivel. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then basic. Yeah.
Okay. Because we couldn't remember that stuff, but we were missing a lot of details anyway, so we would be doing sloppy, okay. That's probably good today. Oh, it's so hot, you know, to jump in the swimming pool.
Yeah.
Wanna jump into this?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the pool is so perfect.
I'm going to close this door while I'm thinking of it.
I got it cleaned just perfectly.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Nice.